came in here thinking I was already a veteran mother. I had four births before this. I felt educated. I felt like I knew what was going on. I had no idea how much more there was to learn. I was really just hoping for someone to take me seriously, listen to my real concerns, and give me good feedback, of which they did amazingly. But then they went far beyond that in helping me understand things that I hadn't understood before. I went into the birth feeling much more confident, and again, didn't think that I had any reason to need to feel more confident in my ability to do this and to do this on my own. But yet that was the case. I learned simple things. Anyways, what seemed simple later. The purpose of certain tests, the purpose of things that are done routinely to women and to children and to their babies after the birth, that even before having midwives, I didn't know about. And so I would come away with, oh my word, I never needed to have that test. I was never at risk for that. My children would never be at risk for that. Why would I put myself through that? You mean I don't have to be weighed every single time? I can choose to not do that? There's just certain things that I felt like, oh, you just do this. And then I came here and found out, oh no, you don't just have to do that. That's your choice, whether you want to do that or not. So I guess that's very empowering to know that I can say no to a test. I can say no to something. Or on the other hand, I could ask for something that wasn't necessarily offered, and that would be done as well. It's actually changed my outlook on how I approach care in the rest of my life as well. Knowing that what I learned here is not just applicable to the birth experience, it's applicable to how we handle our health in general. I've gotten their undivided attention as long as I've needed it. I've been left alone when I needed to be left alone. It's just an entirely different experience than being in a hospital. And I love that about it. I love that it doesn't look like a hospital, it doesn't feel like a hospital, but I still have the confidence that if there was an emergency, that it would have been handled just as well as if I had been in a hospital. I don't know that I would be able to distill it down to a most rewarding aspect of birth, and birth here specifically. Because there is just such a plethora of rewarding things. They came to my home afterwards to do those things that often you rush through at the hospital and then they don't see you for a while. They came home to make sure that I was okay, that my baby was okay, did the testing that needs to be done on them at my house. I do not understand the skepticism that is directed towards birth centers that people do not in turn direct towards hospitals. They can hear horror story after horror story at a hospital and then go ahead and schedule their care to be at a hospital. That doesn't make sense to me. And I think once you start talking about things like that with people, they're like, oh, well, you're right. It is at least worth looking into something else. I just didn't know that it existed. I know that that's where I started out. I didn't know that this existed. I didn't know I had this option. And so that is why if ever someone gives me the chance to tell them about it, I do. I direct them to the website and I say, go visit. I guess that's the confidence that they have been able to give me here through my preparation and my prenatal visits, through having 3 different deliveries here, through the care afterwards. I feel like my belief has been substantiated. They will take care of things and there is no reason to fear.